Dr. Jennifer Warren is a health communications specialist at Rutgers University. We welcome her here to talk about how students are tackling real-life problems in the classroom. Welcome to Ebru today.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
What a great idea, tackling real-life problems. Let's talk a little bit about this, and specifically service learning. Can you define that?
Service learning has been defined in so many ways, and I try to come up with one that was very concise. It's hard to do so. The main component, however, of service learning is getting students out of the classroom into their communities to tackle real life issues. So it's not just theory, it's not just didactic learning, it's them tackling problems, working with organizations to come up with solutions.
It's so interesting that this is just now coming about because so many times you hear of students leaving college after 4 years and they don't know basic survival skills or how to contribute to the community. Talk about, why did it take so long to get something like this going?
Well, it's been going on for quite a while.
It has.
When we think back to the Greek organizations, how they would do service learning, faith-based organizations, the Peace Corps, that's all part of that movement toward doing service learning. But as far as thinking about liberal arts, as a place to do service learning, it has taken a long time, because usually when we're in liberal arts, it's more about us studying things just to study things.
Right.
Without any real outcome.
So we get that piece of paper saying, look at my degree.
That publication and look what I did. And so my students in particular, many of them perhaps hate me. I hate to say that, because we actually collaborate with entities, have entities help dictate what the syllabus will be and help outline what the outcome will be.
Well, give me some examples. Who are you working with?
Well, just last semester, I did my health comm class. We worked with the state of New Jersey. I am a resident of Trenton, New Jersey, born and raised there. And there's a program called Shaping in J, which is about obesity. And I know everybody's doing obesity now.
Right.
And so they remembered me from working with them a couple of years ago and said, you know what? We'd like you to come back and help us do more strategic communication. And I said, you know what? I think that's a great idea for my students to work on. So that's how the students got involved in this project. And Shaping in J had an advisory board, which then started to brainstorm along with me and my assistant, Janine Donnelly, who is an undergraduate student, brainstorming what the students could work on that could actually be used in the program Shaping in J that could help change policy in the state of New Jersey.
And what was the outcome?
Well, the outcome was some fabulous products. Students worked on everything from looking at food sources at Rutgers, looking at YMCAs, looking at having people actually have treadmills at their desk while they're doing their work. But the outcome were 5 different executive reports that dealt with 5 of the main areas that Shaping in J was concerned with. And so they came to the last day of our class, listened to the students, and then gave their feedback on it, and we made the report into a nice little white paper, sent it to them, and so now they're using that to figure out how to approach different organizations they may not have thought of to include in their endeavors. So
it sounds like the students are coming out with some great experiences. How is it helping the community?
How is it helping the community? Wow. Well, for instance, the YMCA one,
right.
One of the girls on that project, she got her boss already to reduce the amount of sugary juices for sale in the vending machines.
And that's amazing.
That was immediate.
Because at many YMCAs, they run the after-school programs.
Yes.
And the kids are there.
And that was,
now, in schools, you don't have that, but
it was
so
immediate.
That's a real-life example.
Real-life, immediate example. As well as the staff, a policy was implemented immediately that they could no longer bring in junk food like pizza, subs, to eat in the Y while the people were exercising. So that was one of the real live policy changes that occurred in the midst of this. And the other changes are the individual changes for the students, realizing that they can go out into society, they have the ability to talk to people, to connect with people, and to make change and make recommendations for change.
It sounds like a big movement. Is this just for college students, or can anybody do something like
Anybody
this?
can do it.
You don't have to have a degree to do it.
Anybody.
Right.
Well, you know, corporate social.
What can I do? Final thoughts this week. What can I do?
What can you do as someone wanting to service learn?
Yeah.
Well, what you could do is actually go into schools and integrate students into maybe script writing, have them put together an example of a show, perhaps on an issue that is very important to them, and make that part of your show here at Ebru. That's a service learning project.
So take the talents that we have, get involved with the community, ask questions, and it's a win-win for everybody.
That's right.
It sounds like.
Yes.
What a great program. We really
right.
appreciate you taking the time
goodness,
to come
thank you.
talk to
Thank
us.
you.
And indeed, it is true what they say about you. You are a rock star.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
Jennifer Warren,
I'm blushing.
thank you.
Thank you, thank you.